Hi Jean, sorry it took so long to get back to you. Sorry. But anyway, in response to the video of your son, now my one concern, and this is going to hurt you, but it's a good thing, he's very good, intelligent eyes. He's got good eye contact, he's following the camera, he's working the room as far as when you're trying to talk to him. What my concern is the trunk issue. And it's a really concern with a lot of these munchkins, is the lack of twisting. So one of the things he's doing is he's fisting the right hand. Now you can try this to yourself. When my both hands are free, I can do all of these things. I can do this way and this way. My hands are when my hands are free, I can do asymmetrical and symmetrical movements throughout the body, no problem. When I start fisting, and this happens when we're on the computer with the mouse, with stress on the steering wheel, whatever it is, if I can't say fix this arm, figure it out. It's really difficult. Yes, I can quote do this and this, but I'm talking about if you really haven't established those patternings. See, I've had those patternings. See, when I go left to right, my hands are going with the tailbone, with the top of the head. You know, that's why you look at people and they're graceful and they're smooth, because they have that. Now, this comes from crawling. Well, he hasn't crawled yet. So you're looking at a pre-crawl. So now his hand's fisted. Now it's not a true what they would call ATNR, which would be where he's fisted out and the head's, he might have been more in that and he's developing out of it. I don't know. His feet are kicking really well. He wants to move and the head's free. But see, even when I just do that, see how I kind of want to arch my chest even just to support the legs? It's not an easy, so he's sort of like this now and it's really hard to, my neck can't even be as free. And again, like I said, go on the floor or on the bed and just try it and see what it feels like. So what his system's not setting up by doing this is any of that. Crawling is just going to be really a more laborious process if it's going to happen at all with him, if the hand doesn't release out or it takes a while, because as he brings us into crawling, the hand's still going to be in this position. So now he's going to be up or sitting, and even sitting is going to be, see again, if my hand's fisted, where do I go with it? Yes, I can learn and do it. It's possible learning, but that's when you have to take your cognitive and override what the system's doing functionally. So playing, it's kind of like this, with the one hand that's free on the left. And like I said, he's following for what he can. Here it's going to get difficult. So where it needs to be looked at is A, and you can do this when you're changing the diapers, is playing, is just allowing that pelvis, A, to come up. So it's sort of like a pistons, so just a light play, and then eventually see if just the twist of the pelvis. See, because my pelvis has that work and twist, but again, that's something that I've developed through doing movement work, and you can develop as well, and so can he, but it's just, we don't suddenly move, we develop movements. And most people look at milestoning, sitting up, rolling over as 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 50,000 milestones that we have to get. But try and not so much, don't try and straighten, that's just the worst thing, because all of this is going to happen. If I'm like this, feel it, it's my chest is tight, my back is tight, all of this has to, quote, release. So, but just give him the information too, almost want to squeeze it, but touching it and working to see that he, or suggest maybe even from here, but don't necessarily do a hand over a hand, because he's going to learn that it's, for his hand to move, it's going to take your hand to do that. He's not going to learn this kind of movement patterns on his own. He's going to need some help. But like I said, since he looks really alert, you're going to get more than, let's just wait and see what happens. But again, physically do it. Do this. How am I supposed to, sitting up? So what he'll do, because he's smart eventually, is where he brings the feet up and the weight of the feet will bring him over. So if I do it more out here, so the weight of the feet bring him over, but see now he's stuck. How do you, because true rolling over would be this. And now when you're rolling over, you're on your belly, but you can do something with it. So that's what I'm looking at right now with your son, to see if we can start incorporating or getting those movements to happen versus just watching him and see if he figures it out. He'll figure out a lot. He's a smart boy. But we want to have it more efficient. So, thanks.